games.
Should just wait, let me know when to share screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Team Ningen Gaming. Here we believe in uniting gamers and small developers so that together we can do big things and be a little closer for it. I'm Matt, and this is my co-host for the day, Faith. Today we are going to be looking at the game A Ninja in Training. But first, we're going to get to meet the developer of said game, Tim. Say hello, Tim.
Hello.
Hello. Very cool. Where are you from, Tim?
So I'm from Wales, which is in the United Kingdom, which is next to England.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
For those people who are not sure where Wales is in the world.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So same place as Davidson, or at least is I don't know if he's actually from there. I know he uses a Welsh accent.
Wait, who?
Davidson.
Oh,
Not sure.
remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know that he uses a Welsh accent whenever he's playing the Doctor. Good stuff. So the Doctor, the 10th Doctor, at least.
The 10th Doctor. And, yeah, not sure if he's from Wales or not.
Yeah.
But they use the sets in Cardiff a lot.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
So, Tim, we would like to get to know you. And to do that, I'd like to know from whence you were a wee lad. All about you. Tell us whatever you're willing to share.
So basically, I'm basically a chef at the moment, but I did the college computing course. That's how it really started, and just sort of, getting through job for chefing, and, sort of side jobs of, programming and like coding and engineering, stuff like that. So I just do like that for fun, and sort of enjoy chefing a lot. That's pretty much it. I just went through school and college, and then been chefing for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm. So you've actually you grew up in Wales.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Born in Wales. I haven't really left Wales either. I've travelled around a little bit, but mainly lived in Wales.
Right. Do you enjoy travel?
Not really. I like to, go places for a week mostly and go back to home. I don't really go away for long periods of time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you like it at home?
Yeah.
Nice. Lots of friends there?
Yeah. Got a few friends around.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Right on. So, trying to flush out a little more. Sorry.
Yeah. So this game's been in development since March. Sort of 6 to 8 months. It wasn't really a decision that just came overnight. It was just a decision. I'm just gonna make a game and see how far it went, and it just became a passion project. Until just got it on Steam and just got it onto speedrun.com as well. So it has an option of speedrunning it as well.
Right.
Because it's a platform of 30 levels, so thought people enjoy speedrunning it.
Oh wow! Right. I didn't even think about that, but it's a platformer, and very much so. It's very speedrunnable.
Yes, it's very speedrunnable.
Absolutely. So, is that something that you really enjoy a lot? I mean, you did say before stream that you were trying some.
I am very much into speedruns. First running was Super Mario Odyssey, and I had some time, so that's why I sort of took what I wanted to design, sort of game-wise, or platformer 3D. Took some movement from Titanfall with the sliding and platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So sort of inspiration of other games, and just sort of developed them to my own sort of taste. But this game can be played quite casually as well. Doesn't have to be done as a speedrun. It could be a very casual game.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. So what are some of your favorite speedrunning, is there one person in particular that you've enjoyed watching some of their speedruns?
So there's select few speedrunners I like to watch. So there's does a lot of long runs. So Timpani, he does 100% Army King runs, which could be up to 16 hours. Then there's Breath of the Wild, Limb Cube, and then Super Mario as well, Philly. So there's a few people I like to watch now and again, but for like separate games.
It's cool. Nice.
What was the game that you first did a speedrun on?
The first actual speedrun game I did was a game called Defunct, which is probably a game not many people have heard of, but that was my first actual speedrun game.
Okay.
Because it was very short and not too difficult to run.
Okay.
Nice.
What was your favorite one to speedrun?
It's always a difference between what's my favorite. It's always like a flavor of the month sort of thing where I go between two games, and that's Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, because they are the more included speedruns and more fun, like the communities. They do like weekly races or stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Nice. So, final thing, I wanted to ask, do you have some runs up on speedrun.com that
I
we can
have.
check out later?
I haven't got. I've only just got that live because I didn't verify and all that. But I did do my first speedrun, which is on my YouTube, Pepsi Average, and I think it took about 36 minutes 40 seconds, because it's about a minute a level. So because I could probably get that down to about 28 minute if I was to do it optimally.
Cool. Nice. People check out his runs online. Faith. That's all you.
Oh, yeah. I can't see. I'm
That's
blind.
okay.
Who has been the most inspirational figure in your life up to this point?
So like in development, the game, or in general?
In general.
In general, I don't really have an inspirational person in mind, really. Like, I don't know what to say on that question. I don't really look. As for, I just like get a lot of inspiration from a lot of various people, like for feedback and things, and they inspire me to do things.
Okay.
Okay. So, no one in particular that you say that has actually been a big impact in your life that you've looked up to, that
not really. I can't say I have someone that like I can't say I can look at someone and go, oh yeah, they really inspired me to do things. I just sort of do things on my own, sort of if I want to do something, I'll do it, sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What was the first video game you ever fell in love with or built an emotional connection with? And I just realized I moved the camera the wrong direction. I was gonna move it this way. Yeah. There we go. That's better. That's more like it. That's more
tough question. Probably the first game I got really into was the Borderlands series, like Borderlands 2. I really liked the story and the characters. That was the first game I really got into. Skyrim was another one, but I lost interest with that after about 2,000 hours of gameplay.
Easy to do.
But yeah, it's like I quite like the story-driven games, like the Telltale series games were also really good games to play, story-wise. So like, but I really loved the platforming scene. So like, I would always love the fast-paced platformers. So that's why Super Mario Odyssey was probably my most favorite out of that category.
Right. Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Man. I feel like I got a little something in my throat. Sorry about that.
You okay?
Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
Cool. So, what was the first time that you played a video game then? Like, what was your first experience with video games?
My first video game was on the Nintendo 64, Mario 64.
Nice.
There we go.
That's the first ever game I played, and growing up. So I had a Nintendo 64. Skipped the GameCube, went onto the Nintendo Wii, where I got the Mario Galaxy,
right,
and things like that.
So you were a Nintendo kid there.
Very
pretty
much
right?
Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah.
Until I got into the teens where I got an Xbox and it went very much Call of Duty then. Got into that COD phase,
Yeah.
Right.
shooters.
Mhm.
But
Nice.
my game variety is, quite a large portion, like Halo to bit of RTS, so Sid Meier's
Mm.
Civilization.
Mhm.
That was very much to cover a lot of the games that was out.
Yeah.
Wide variety of games.
Yeah. But it seems like you stick to some similar, like, either it's
Um,
fast-paced, either it's...
Fast-paced shooter platformer.
Yeah,
Those are my
but-
first three in looking a game.
Yeah. So it's typically stuff that has a skill cap, and you can learn and make mistakes, and then learn and make
Yes.
mistakes, and learn.
Yes.
You seem
Very
to
much like
really love
those
that.
games.
Mhm.
But I quite like the also grindy games, so like, World of Warcraft or Diablo 3, where
Well,
you
who
have
doesn't?
to spend a couple of hours to get your character up and going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, any game like that is typically a very much a dopamine-driven game,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you
Yes.
it's like, oh, I leveled up again. Oh, well, let's keep going a little more, and got
Yeah.
another.
That or RuneScape.
Gets
Yeah,
stuck
RuneScape.
into that sinkhole. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I get that. Like I often don't always draw from those when I'm looking at things, unless it's like somebody heavily relies on like or plays MMOs, because I mean like that's definitely a really great like friendship, and like if you have like a guild and people that you hang out with on there, like I can see how like that might play a role into like who you are as a person, especially.
Yeah.
But like a lot of that, like even if it's mobile games, it's kind of like it's dopamine hit driven mostly.
Especially gotcha games.
Gotcha games.
Yeah,
Oh my
gotcha
gosh.
games. You
That's
got your
a rabbit hole.
Genshin Impact.
Genshin
Yeah.
Impact. Have you played that?
Yes, I played the Genshin. I haven't played it recently since the end game's not that fulfilling, but I did get my Dulak drop and Venny.
Oh, you got Dulac. Oh my.
Yes, I have the Dulak and I have the Venchi. Is it Venny? Venny? What's her name? The Bard.
I know who you're talking about. The name's left me as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
It starts with V, I remember that, but not
Venti?
much else. Venti, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, quite lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know how hard it is to get Dulac as well. So congrats on that one.
Yeah. See, I stay away from it. I actually like I've tried to play some of those games, and I realized I'm like it's like tempting me to pay money. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
like shut it down like instantly. I
It's,
just
it's very
uninstall.
tempting. Yeah.
There was a YouTuber that I watched, Afro Senju. He made 2 videos. The first one he spent like I think $1,200 just to get Dulac, and then the next video after that it was just I'm gonna spend however much money I can just to get Dulac.
Okay.
Yeah.
And God, it was bonkers. So
Yeah. But they made 2 billion off the first month off mobile alone.
yeah, I'm not surprised at
That's
all.
insane.
Mhm.
That's wild to me. Maybe I need to make a gotcha game.
And it's a single player, so
Right? No,
Single player, yeah.
it's single player. That's another thing. Well, I mean, technically, once you
Until
reach
you-
like a certain level, you
Yeah.
can do that co-op dungeon thing.
yeah.
I know
the
that
co-op
much.
isn't great.
Yeah.
So it's single player.
It's pretty much
It's
single player.
single player.
Unless you're just hanging out with a friend doing dumb stuff and
Yeah.
making the game easy. Which I think it's already pretty easy. Yeah, it's wild. Nice. So anyway, so your first game though, that was Mario 64.
Yes, Mario 64.
Yeah, Super Mario 64. Now, that game has a lot of crazy stuff in like its history for speedrunning
Oh yeah, you can
specifically.
definitely
Yes.
speedrun that.
And it's not just like, yeah, and it's not just that you definitely can, but there's like a whole history to like the speed runs. I've seen some videos online, and like, what was your first what was the first time that you were introduced to like speed running? Was it when you saw the
No,
Super Mario 64?
so my first intake of speedrunning was probably the Zelda Ocarina of Time speedruns. Was probably the first speedruns,
I think that's a
but
lot.
I didn't get introduced. I didn't get interested into speedrunning until like GTQ 2019, where there was like a few games that was quite interesting, you know, like Portal 2, that sort of scene. I thought I'll look into getting that, and I think I started with, you know, Defunct, and then worked towards you know, platformers and things like that. But like, I look back into like Super Mario 64. I tried to speedrun it, but I felt like the controls were a bit clunky. So
They are.
yeah, so I couldn't get into that.
There's it's a whole other world when you get into speedrunning and like dealing with how clunky it can be, and like, because like a lot of that stuff, like I didn't like there's so many little like minute details when it comes to like those kinds of games that like, yeah, because of the momentum and how this works, you can do this and this. It's like, holy, like I don't want to learn this. It's the worse than learning an entire language. Like I could spend the same amount of time just learning a new language or like doing something else. Which, like, I mean, it's fine, right? Everybody has different loves and things they enjoy doing, but it's just wild to me.
The latest edition of the 3D Mario really smoothed out the controls. Like Mario Odyssey is probably the most friendly speedrun to get into.
Nice.
Like it's very entry level friendly to get into it, and very hard to master.
Nice. Uber cool. So, okay, I said that one. So you, there we go. What about game development?
Okay. So what was it about game development that drew you in?
So I just had a certain amount of goal. I want to do something creative over this 6-month time period I had free, and I just looked at people making games left, right, and center, and I thought I'd give it a go and developed from there and just built from there. And I got a few people in just to help me out. Like I got one of my friends to do the soundtrack for me, and I got you know, just things like that, just to help me along, and the game just developed from there.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
And that was during the lockdown during the pandemic, right? Yeah.
The lockdown pandemic, yes. About the 8-month. I had about 6 months free of not doing anything.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. People have picked up so many hobbies because of this. It's kind of wild, actually. I'm kind of curious as to how many people just like started new hobbies just because of COVID. I mean, or
the free time, yeah.
Yeah. How they've learned to have free time or any of that. It's pretty crazy. So, how did the idea of this particular game come about?
So, I didn't actually get a name of this game until very late into the development. So, my whole idea was just to build a platform to make it look nice, and the name of the idea came about 80% through the project, where I thought it'd be really cool if this was like a virtual training simulator for ninjas. And I thought, well, just call it a ninja in training then. So this is the whole idea behind the game, where you have gone to the dojo. Obviously, there's no cutscene or anything like that, but you've gone to this dojo and they're like, oh yeah, you're going to go through the simulation first. So you just get chucked into this simulation of this game, and that's just sort of how I came up with that, and the sort of logo and art design.
Thank you.
Right. The art design, everything like that, and sort of game developed from there. And then I got plans to expand the game into DLC and like extra levels and extra maps and things like that, which are coming probably next year sometime, just because I want to take a little break from doing this.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, oh my gosh, like I stare at a computer screen all day long for work, so
yeah.
Always having something that you're doing on the computer all day long, and it's not, it's not just for fun. It just becomes like all day long I'm looking at this, and you
Yeah.
start associating it with work.
It started off fun, but it became very tedious with the scripting and the coding. I very much like the level design, but to make the code work with the levels was quite a task.
Yeah.
Dealing with any kind of physics in general, I think.
Yeah.
Like movement included, since that's mostly it with the platformer. I don't know any kind of physics that you have involved in the game, but maybe
there's a lot of
movement.
physics involved with the game, but with the engines now, most of that's like done for you now,
Right.
so it's easier to calculate and determine.
Is it an Unreal Engine or is it?
Yes, Unreal Engine. It's what's developed through.
Yeah, that's and I know. So like I was thinking that like I know that a lot of the physics and stuff like that, like they can be created, but there's so much fine tuning that you sometimes need to do. Because we've had some other developers talk about it. I don't know how.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of fine tuning into things, and there's a few places where it could be improved, but it's like it wasn't enough to go for it now. It's rather like something down the road I can fix, like it's something that you're going to notice.
Right. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So what I'm also hearing is you don't seem like you're more of the down in the weeds kind of person. You seem to be like, yeah, I kind of want to make this platformer game. Let's just make sure we get that done.
Yes, I'm very much a very much do person. Like I like to get things done. And there was a few bumps on the road, but the more bumps you get through in the road through life, the more easier you can get through them.
Yeah, absolutely. So like that's good. That's a lot of people have trouble with some of those things. I know that's good. It's a good trait to have. So that's good. What else was I thinking? It's fine. Yeah, I know. It's like camera comes on, brain just stops.
Yeah. Could get into some gameplay if you want to get to that section, or if you want any more questions.
Yeah, sure. So we only have one more question left. So
well, we could just ask that while he's
yeah, sure, we can do that. We can.
I mean, it pertains to it, so
Sure.
just ask while he's showing
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. So if you'd like to share your screen, we'll get started.
Yep.
I'll cut the music.
Yep.
I get goldfish
So-
brain too when we get on stream, so it's okay.
What's that?
I get goldfish brain too whenever we get on stream, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Who doesn't, right?
So I just got a quick flick through for the menus. I got the brightness, field, graphic settings, very basic menu, just to start off with, and to keep it simplified. Very like customizable things like that.
Yeah.
And level select, got the stages. Obviously, I've done a run through on this like save, so it's no problem there. And then you got the medals of what you've earned in each stage. You can go back into this level, get a platinum here, and things like that. So it will start in level 1, where you get the different music, which might be a bit louder than the other one.
Right.
So if you want to let me turn it down, that'll be up to you.
Yeah, if you'll turn it down probably by like just a few decibels, that's fine. I don't know why I say I'm just used to dealing with music and like,
yeah, I know this one.
professionals.
I know this track's a little bit louder than the other one, but yeah, this is the game. This is the first level. So this design is like city based, so very city aesthetic, and it's very simple start. Jumps and following this path. And through the game you get unlocks of what you can do. Like up here you unlock double jumps, and you jump twice through the air. So like a dash sort of thing.
Ninjas can do some crazy
platform.
stuff.
Yeah, and you've got like obstacles to dodge this laser, so you can either time it or you can just go underneath.
Nice.
And then underneath then you get your end credits, so your medals. Obviously
Right.
you've got platinum already, but you've got current time and best time.
Nice.
And then you can either select another level like that or retry.
Right. So tell us, what are one of the most difficult things you've had to overcome in making the game?
So the most difficult things are like how far the death plane needs to be, like that. where do I draw the line, because you can like go really far out like this. So
Wow.
I just made it so that basically the plane of play in the death plane is pretty much infinite. So you find a place you can't die is very interesting. Yeah. But most difficult thing is getting things to work, like this little crouch thing, like you crouch underneath things like that. Getting that to work properly was hard. Deciding on slide physics, I wanted it to be like very slippery because I wanted it to be quick. So that you could see that I could get a lot of speed. The walls are like really hard to code because it had to like tilt the camera script and like be able to walk on it. So technically this is a floor.
Right.
And that's how I coded it then.
So also so that it actually has you sliding down and what rate you're sliding down and
yes. So yeah, that's the sort of hardest things to get going, and they're all like checkpoints and everything like that. But yeah, so I'll try and like speed through this like level here. So just to show you what this can actually like look like when someone's actually playing at full speed. So you can like skip things like this.
Yep.
Go under lasers. Like not all the walls are necessary.
Right.
And then like these pads like boost you up then. And like that. So that's how quick a level can be done. So it's like Mario Odyssey, as I was saying, it's a game where it's hard to learn, but once you get going and get good at the game, it's actually really fun. There are some skips in this game, but I'm gonna keep those for myself. Let people figure them out.
Right.
Absolutely.
But there are indicators of skips, so use your imagination.
Yep.
But yeah, there's like little stompers and things like that. Oh, I lost where I was going to. I was trying to direct my camera, but like that was trying to, the movement and things like that. Like getting the timing down was kind of hard to code, and how fast I want it, how slow do I want it, and things like that.
I also do find it really interesting that it's in first person as well.
Yes, I was very big decision if I wanted it first or third, and it came down to, do I want to design a character? And I was like, So it was very much a lazy decision to do first person because I knew it would be easier, and I didn't have to do the whole sort of character and design and all that. But I wanted a third person very much, but I decided first person just to get the game going.
But I also feel I feel like it also just helps with just the immersion, like that you're actually, you're the one that's actually going through the course and everything, since it is in first person.
I could say on level 3, you would be very immersed because I'm gonna go to level 2 just to change the aesthetic. So this is forest.
Oh, nice.
It's very foresty, like the mist is like just the.
I do like the mist. It's a good addition.
Just a sort of basically a bit more immersion to it, and like things like climbable now, like because like it's more of a forest, there's more things climbable.
Right.
But yes, just trying to get through the forest as much. These are like bamboo traps and things like that. So that's why everything's like that.
Do you feel that you'd ever think about making a VR?
Yeah. Like I can very much make it VR compatible because actually won't take that much. I would just have to do additional scripting for, how it would work with the VR headset.
Right. Yeah. Just yeah.
Yeah, it's up to time. I'm also gonna get looking at like console participation. Getting. Yeah, you can't climb that. But yeah, consoles and also controller support, because at the moment it's just keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Because the way it works in game and trying to program a controller, I couldn't really figure it out, and I was kind of behind on the release date already. So it's an update I'm going to do later on.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
Down the life cycle. But this is what I mean by being immersed, because you feel like these spikes are gonna hit you at all times.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. So it kind of slightly, although there's no shooting mechanic, or at least not that I'm
No,
aware of yet.
There's no shooting. There's no enemies
Right.
at this point, because this is like your beginner trials. So there's a
Right.
lot of things that you've got to get through to be a ninja, and you've got to work on your movement first. So
Mhm.
in the later levels, I am planning on enemies and shooting, or like
Mhm.
throwing ninja stars or something like that,
Yeah,
which is something I plan down the line.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mentioned because it kind of slightly, like, because of how you can grip on the walls and how you can do the jumping and everything. There's less of there's no real jetpacks or anything, but it reminds me of a Super Cloud build.
Yes,
Is
but that's what I was sort of going for.
nice.
Well, not like that sort of game, but like
Right.
sort of Titanfall sort of style, where you go zipping through the level, or you can take it as cautiously as you like, but you can like zip through if you wanted to,
Mhm.
and like
Nice.
bounce around like that.
So, I do have to ask: have you speedrun through your own game?
Yes, I have. My time is 36:25, which is very improvable. You can sort of go through here if you wanted to get more speed. If I do it right, it's like you do it from back here. But there's a lot of like different ways of doing things.
I swear you were gonna get stuck by those
Yeah.
spikes right there at the end.
It's like there's a timing to it. It's like in between the two. You can also bounce off the middle and get launched by it if you have a good timing for it. These spikes are time-based and also player momentum. So if you land on it with a bit of speed, obviously when you go past it, stop. But if you land on it and you're a little bit slow, it does give you a little bit of leniency, but not too much. Like if you land here, you're fine. But if you're like a little slow like this, you can still get away. That was kind of hard to code. So I'm gonna do the first 5 levels because they're like the easier levels, and then also I want to go into stage 3 where it gets a bit more fiery.
Right. Tell us.
It's also sorry.
I was just gonna ask, what was one of the toughest problems you solved with the design choices on the graphical side?
On the graphical side,
Yeah.
it's most likely the assets integration. So this like laser is like a cube, but with the assets you can attach it with an assets like from the website, which will make it into this. But the actual difficult part is getting the collision indicator to work with the fire and not the cube, basically.
Right.
And then this is like a pole that you can vault or like swing under. That was actually really, really hard to code because you have to get collision and how your player interacts. But this was fun to design though, because it's like broken up parts of platforms, and it's like the most creative thing I can probably do out of the 3. And the tops off to my friend, because this is actually my favorite track as well.
Nice.
But yeah, the little swirlies are probably the most dangerous thing in this level because they are very erratic. Like you can get caught on one very easily. You get climb up this wall, stall on it, make sure you dodge it. Like that.
Yeah.
The very big hitbox, like that.
Yeah.
So, but you kind of need to. They're like slow moving but big. That's why I wanted to go with them. Just get good timing based on it. And I like the big jumps as well. There's a lot of big jumps in this game that you can do as skips. And then again, the lasers of doom instead of spikes.
Oh, so close.
I honestly forgot what cycle that was on. So they are cycle based on some of them, so that one just goes around that cube.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of like these ones go around this cube, but some of them are just random, like they just randomly place and go in a random like sort of pattern. But as you get through the level, they change up. Oh, I didn't reset my jump on that one. So the way the reset jump is, you gotta land on something, but when you jump off something, it doesn't, like, you gotta make sure you're still on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go off it, it can still double jump, but when you, so if I go off jumping like that, it doesn't, sometimes, like, it doesn't, you're not actually on the platform, like you feel.
Yeah.
So it's got something you're gonna watch out for. And then also, I made levels with like multiple choices. You can go left, you can go right, or you can go down. Go like into the fog of the volcano.
Right. The fog of the volcano.
Yeah, because when you're like down the volcano, it gets really foggy. That's why I put like a little fog down here. Just a bit more immersion.
Is that ninja holding his breath?
Yeah, he's got his mask on.
Oh, okay, that's good. Can't be breathing in the noxious fumes.
No.
Oof.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, sometimes I forget myself. Like, oh yeah, that one goes like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's also a little difficult to see like field of view and like where exactly those pillars.
Yeah, you can't change your field of view to make it nicer, but I like a big field of view.
Yeah, who doesn't? If you play first-person shooters, you're just used to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so then these are like flame circles, and it's just the same design as the first level, but I just made them fiery to sort of fit the theme.
Really? I don't actually remember seeing those.
It may have been a later one
Oh, okay, it might have
that
been.
he didn't show, yeah.
Yeah.
I could go back and show you.
Oh, no, that's right.
So I think it's in level 4, so it'd be quite easy to show.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that. Oh, best
hey.
time! Yay.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of times in here that's part of the let's go back to level 4. Level 4. No.
Yeah, this is the kind of game that if streaming, it would be good if we had it in 60 frames per second. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's basically the same design as this, but I just replaced it with a fiery thing just to keep with the theme of the level.
Right. And I'm sure the other one actually, well, it kills you when you touch the
Yeah.
flames.
Yeah, this one you can just hit and like bounce off and things like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I do want to show off the last level. So the last level is a little bit different because this is basically the final challenge. So in this level, there's no checkpoints.
Ah.
So
No checkpoints. This is the do or die moment as a ninja.
Yeah. This is the final checkpoint until you get into the new area, and it will like go back to checkpoints and things that I will do. But so this is going to be the most difficult level for everyone. Because I made it difficult.
That's fine.
Oops.
You're the developer. Oh. Well.
Sometimes like those bars you can like the hitbox is generous, but not that generous.
Right. So, how about do you have like a auto reset button set up?
So I do, it's cute,
Oh, okay.
but sometimes I just feel like practicing and then I go for real time. But yeah, Q will reset the whole level and reset the time.
Right.
This is where I said you'll feel a bit more immersed because these spikes are a bit tight. And then you get a big jump here. And then you gotta really work on your timing.
Oh yeah.
these platforms disappear. So you gotta keep your momentum, and you gotta keep your timing, and that's probably the hardest part of this level. I thought I'd let you spectate this little level 10. I won't show off all the stats because I like that people figure it out. But yeah, don't think there's anything else really to show off.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Besides going through the whole game, and I thought just to showcase it more than a playthrough.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Beat that so I can talk.
That's right.
But yeah, if there's anything else you want to go through?
No, just if you want to, let's see, you can stop screen sharing. Oh, that works. I can just do that. Cool. Thanks for sharing the game with us, man. And thanks for showing up. I guess I'm sure you're wanting to get going. So let's see. Anyway, so thanks for showing up on stream. Is there anything you want to share or someone you want to shout out to?
No, the only things I want to shout out is the speedrun.com section that's just gone live. Just get that up and going because I would like people to speedrun this game. This game's available on Steam only at the moment. It's being retailed at £12, or I think it's $15.
I think when roughly. I checked, it was $16.
$16. The conversion rate's a bit weird on Steam, so it's a bit higher, I think, on dollar than £2, I think.
Yeah.
No, I think I changed that. I think it's about right now.
Okay.
Because I did low. I think it was higher at one point, but I changed it back down to what it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
She's searching it because she wants to double check the price.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's like $15.99 or it's £12.
Yeah. But yeah. Thank you so much for showing up on the live stream.
No
there it is. Yep, $16.
Yep.
Yeah, $16.
So, thank you
well
for
worth it.
Yeah, well worth your money. Check out the game on Steam, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up and watching with us and hanging out with Tim. And we be sure to like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time. Tim, thanks for showing up on the stream.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Everybody out on the internet, thank you. Bye.